Guys, you will not believe what just happened. The second time I'm recording this video from the beginning. The first time I recorded, my microphone was off and I did not know it wasn't even recording at all. Bless my heart. Bless my heart. Hey guys, this is Didi. If you're seeing me for the first time, this is day 2 of the hair issue series. And like I said, in today's video, we'll be looking at dry hair, dry scalp, and hair breakage because these three go hand in hand, okay? So yesterday we looked at dandruff, we looked at itching scalp, and we looked at lice. So if you know you're having that hair issues and this is the first video you're watching, you did not watch the other one, go back. This is the link to it. So you can go and watch that one. Or you can just watch it after this video. So without wasting our time, straight into why we are here. What is dry hair? A dry hair is a hair that does not have enough moisture to maintain its texture. And our hair is made up of keratin, and our follicles produce, or our pores produce, a natural oil called sebum. And this sebum helps our hair to stay moisturized. It helps it to stay moisturized and not dry. But because of the kind of texture that we have as black people, our hair is curled and it grows upward. It does not go straight down. You can see the difference in these pictures. Our own is afro, theirs goes down. It grows straight. Okay. So it is easy for the sebum to penetrate, to go through their hair strands because it goes straight, it grows straight. But our own grows upward and it grows coily. So it is very hard for our sebum to go through our strands because of how our hair grows. The harder it is for the sebum to go through the strands of your hair is prone to dryness. So the easier it is for the sebum to circulate through your hair strands, the greasier your hair gets, the more oilier it is. The oilier it is, sorry for that English, okay? And that's why I can see the other race, their hair gets oily like so easily, and they have to always wash it off, or else their hair becomes so matted, and the rest is history. I don't have that kind of hair, so I really don't know, but from what I can see, I think that's what they experience. So because of the kind of texture our hair is, because of how our hair grows upward, it can be very hard for the sebum to go through our hair, like I said. And that's the reason why our hair is so prone to dryness. Okay, there is nothing keeping it moisturized, and so it can easily become dry and easily break. Is that your hair might actually look dry, but you need to touch it to be very sure that it is actually dry. And for you to know you're suffering from extremely dry strands, immediately you touch it and you try to pull on your hair, it immediately snap. You can see me doing like this to a strand on my hair, but it is not snapping at all. So that means my hair is actually moisturized. If you notice you can't even pull your hair like this without it must snap, then your hair is actually very dry. So you need to work on keeping your hair moisturized. Causes of dry hair. Number one reason for dry hair is when there is lack of moisture. If you don't have moisture on your hair, definitely your hair is going to be dry. The opposite of dry, wet. The opposite of dry, moisture. The opposite of dry, you already know what I mean. So you need to keep your hair moisturized. I don't mean your hair hydrated. I mean your hair moisturized. Hydration should come before you moisturize. When you hydrate your hair is when you use like hair mist, you use water. But when it comes to moisturizing, is you using leave-in conditioner, deep conditioners, and so on. So using moisturizing product is what will help your hair remain moisturized and retain moisture. Okay. So the second thing you want to know is when you use drying products, it can cause dry hair. Products or gels that has drying stuff in them, they will probably it's not even probably, they will definitely take out the natural oil, they will suck out the moisture in your hair and leave your hair dry. So what you need to do is you need to stop using those products, or whenever you use those products, you have to make sure you moisturize your hair properly. Washing your hair too often can also cause dry hair. Remember, our own hair texture is not like the other race that their own hair grows straight and they easily get oil. Their hair easily gets oil because their hair gets greasier very fast. They can wash their hair every day and get away with it, but we can't even try it because our sebum does not go through our strands easily. So it is better for us to not wash our hair too often. That way, our hair is prone to less dryness. Okay. Another thing that can cause dryness to your hair is change of environment, the weather, or whatever. Whenever you change environment, or the water in that environment, or because that area is just too cold or too dry, it can actually leave your hair also dry. Another thing that can cause dry hair is the use of chemical. Be it perming your hair or be it coloring your hair color and so on. Whenever you use those things and you don't do a proper aftercare of moisturizing, it can actually cause dryness. Another thing that can cause dryness is stress, diet, hormonal imbalance, and some other underlying health conditions. When you don't have enough nutrient that can help strengthen your hair, they can actually cause breakage. So the way your body reacts to it might be probably your nails breaking or your hair breaking, and all those things are what signs, okay, of dry hair. Another thing that can cause dry hair again is heat. The use of heat without heat protectants, using heat tools and so on can actually can actually cause hair breakage. Minimize the way you use heat because it will dry up your hair, take away the moisture, and you're actually left with nothing. And imagine you use a hair straightener or a blow dryer to dry your hair, and then you go back in to like use water or whatever. Your hair bounces back to the original curve. So you're like doing the opposite of what you're supposed to do. So the best thing for you to do is after using your products, you're going with a good heat protectant. Hope it's still on. Okay. After going with a good heat protectant, then you can decide to straighten your hair. Or and even when you use heat, please don't do it often, because doing it often, even if you carry out some proper measures, it might still affect your hair. Now I'm going to look at dry scalp. Dry scalp can be caused by various things, stress, genetics, probably your gene. You guys have low average sebum production in your gene. You don't probably produce enough sebum. So in the case that you need to pay so much attention to moisturizing your scalp properly. Dandruff is a skin condition, as we saw yesterday, that is caused by dry skin. So it could be that you actually have dandruff, and that's why. Another thing that can cause dry scalp is the use of hot water. I experienced that a few weeks back, and I talked about that in my previous videos. Age can also cause hair scalp dryness. It's said in science that as you're getting older, your skin becomes drier. So that's the reason why dieting is very important for older people. And there are some foods that they should start eating, and they should do away with some kind of foods also. And that's because while you're getting old, there are some things that your body might react to and some other stuff. So another thing that can cause dry scalp is excessive clarifying. So I talked about using some kind of clarifying shampoos often on your hair in my previous video, and I said it can cause what's drying scalp. Which can actually lead to dandruff. So you want to pay very close attention to your scalp by using moisturizing shampoos when needed and using clarifying shampoo when needed, but not always clarifying your scalp every single time. If you don't take enough water, if you don't stay hydrated, trust me, trust me, you will feel it on your skin. Your skin will be dry. Every other thing will be dry. Even for you to use the toilet will be everything, because and you think it will also not affect your scalp. It's also going to be a problem. Another thing that can cause dry scalp is using gels. Some of those people don't only use these gels on your strands. They also use to line your scalp, if you know what I'm saying. And those things are made from like beeswax, and they'll strip your hair of its natural oil or whatever thing that is on your scalp. And when beeswax solidify, it becomes like candle wax, if you understand. And when it stays on your scalp, you can imagine putting that on your scalp, and that's blocking like your hair follicles, and you know the rest. So it will cause itching, to lead to dry scalp, and so on. That's that for that. So now we're going into hair breakage. Hair breakage generally is when your hair snaps, like I explained, and it's no longer looking healthy. Okay. Whenever you comb your hair, it's breaking on the floor and whatever. Now, there's a difference between hair shedding and hair breaking. Your hair sheds naturally 50 to 100 strands in a day, and it is normal. As a human, you are alive, your hair sheds. This is very okay. It's very normal. Shey you hear? So when your hair sheds, it looks straight. It looks straight. It sheds straight. That is falls directly from your scalp. You might just notice on your bed or whenever you comb your hair on your comb, but they are usually straight strands, and they just fall directly from your hair follicles from the strands. Okay, that's just a normal shaded hair. But if they are so tiny, they are not even up to an inch, they are so tiny, you can't even pick them to do anything with it. They are just scattered everywhere whenever you comb your hair, your bedroom everywhere. They're just whenever you comb your hair, then that is hair breakage. Can you see the difference? That is hair breakage. First causes of hair breakage, and number one cause of hair break is hair dryness. And that's why I picked the three together. If your hair is dry, it will snap and it will break, like what I explained. Your hair will snap and it will break. If there is no moisture in your hair is dry, it will lead to hair breakage. The same causes of those dry hair, the same causes we mentioned in dry hair is what can cause breakage. Harsh chemicals, you're not detangling your hair properly. Always calm down, detangle your hair. Calm down and detangle your hair properly. If you're also doing some wrong hairstyles where you have to tie your hair with rubber band and some other stuff, whenever you take it, it falls off with your hair, some kind of hairstyles you do, and your hair is choked inside and so on, or you use some kind of product, the best way for your hair to tell you that it doesn't like the product is that it starts breaking. It's telling you that this chemical in this product is not good for me. I'm reacting to something. Do something about it. Okay. All these other things can also cause breakage. Okay. Now, if you use heat on your hair without heat protectant, or you're constantly always using heat on your hair, straighteners, blow dryer, you're going under the normal dryer, you're doing all these things every single time, and you're not protecting your hair, the heat will cause your hair to dry, and it will cause your hair to snap, and it's going to break. And when it comes to detangling, let me just quickly talk about it fast. If you don't detangle your hair properly, it can cause hair breakage. Now, another thing that can cause hair breakage again is split ends. Split ends are when your hair has some kind of split at the end. And if you don't treat it fast and trim it off and start moisturizing your hair properly, it's going to split upwards and start affecting the other good part of your hair. And you'll notice that the root part of your hair is very thick, but while you're getting towards the tip part of your hair, it's becoming very scanty. Then you have split ends, and you need to treat that and take care of that as fast as possible. Unless, honestly, you don't have any hair on your head. You might think your hair is long, but trust me, that's a split ends. You will need to go do a big trim later on. Detangling part, I always advise people to detangle their hair in sections. So part your hair in like 4 sections. Don't detangle your hair forward like this. Detangle it this way, detangle it this way, detangle this side, detangle this side. That is always like the best way to detangle your hair. So you have to take care of it carefully. Detangle with a lash tooth comb before you go in with a brush or anything. And make sure when you're detangling your hair when it is moisturized, it is damp. Don't go detangle your hair when it is dry and brittle, unless there's a high chance that those knots, it's very hard for you to detangle those knots when your hair is dry, but it's easier when your hair is like moisturized or a bit damp. Okay, so this way, hair is not as at risk to actually break. How do we treat dry hair, dry scalp, and hair breakage? Make sure you always moisturize your hair. Whenever you go through your wash day, make sure you use a deep conditioner. Make sure you use a leave-in conditioner every single week. Use your leave-in conditioner every single week and use your deep conditioner whenever you wash your hair on your wash day. If you're going to swim, chlorine or whatever they call it actually affects some people's eyes. You even notice their eyes sting and their hair most of the time becomes too dry because of the chemical and it starts breaking. So make sure you use this nylon, whatever thing, stuff on your hair before you go to swim. Make sure you use heat protectant before you go ahead to use any heat tools. That way, it's going to protect your hair. And make sure you detangle your hair carefully. Don't rush when detangling your hair. Don't detangle your hair when it is dry. Don't detangle your hair when it is dry. Take your time and detangle it properly. Make sure your hair is moisturized. Before you even go ahead to moisturize your hair, go ahead to spray your hair with either water or what's it called, a hairspray. I hope this has been able to help you guys. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think about this video and let me know whatever questions you have. Again, don't forget to always moisturize. Moisturizing is like the major issue that causes hair breakage. All right. So thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Send this video to someone you know who will need this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.